Well, it's getting dark now, but I'm gonna record one more video as to why Sadhguru wears a turban. Okay, he wears a turban. I'm gonna share with you the things that I've learned and some science and secrets of meditation from this one particular idea. Why Sadhguru wears a turban? Well, Sadhguru didn't always wear a turban. In his earlier pictures, he was seen as having a clean shaven face and kind of a little bit of longer hair. And then as he became wiser and more in tune with his body and learned more about the science of life, he started wearing a turban. Also, he said that when he consecrated or completed the process of consecrating the Dhanalinga, he said he totally changed how he was, his personality, the way he spoke, and also the way he dressed. So the way he dresses now versus the way he dressed pre-Dhanalinga is totally different. He's like, before Dhanalinga, he just wore a simple white robe. That's it. Just white, that's it, poof. So that's all he did. Probably had like 2 or 3 changes of clothes. Okay, today I'm wearing white. I'm going on doing something, and then wash it. Next day I'm wearing white. Super simple, simplicity. Okay, that's all his life was, because why, he had an important job to do, consecrating the Dhanalinga. After the Dhanalinga's consecration, he had some different goals in his life, and he wanted to attain different things, and teach us all the science of living. And that's exactly what he did. So his attire now is much more appropriate for his communication style, and he looks much more impressive when he communicates. Like, wow, that's a wise master. And when you look at him first, like the turban and the kind of long beard that he has, and the earrings and the mustache, and then the clothing that he wears, different colors, and he also has like a robe on top of his right shoulder always, and beads of flowers. It's like, whoa, that's impressive. And his background, he has water on his left side or right side, and flowers also. And he's sitting always on this particular type of chair. It's like a beautiful chair. And he's sitting on this chair, and the background is also very important. I mean, very kind of beautiful. And so it's also very, very impressive looking. So, one of the reasons why he wears his turban is for the visual effects of it. But that's the most simplistic way. It's like 10% of why he wears a turban. The actual reason why he wears a turban, or the 80-20 rule. So 20%, I'm sure he wears it for the aesthetics of it. But the 80% of the reason is because when you wear something on your head, especially when you're communicating, it prevents your energies from leaving from the top of your head, from the top of your skull. And as this happens, your ability to kind of be charged in your own body, and your ability to channel energy and to release energy and to expand or spend energy is far more enhanced. So if I were to take off my hat, for example, right now, my communication style would be much different. I would be much more airy, and my thoughts would be more scattered, and I wouldn't be able to communicate to you as efficiently as I can now. This is not the best thing or the greatest thing I can wear, but it's just a simple thing that I can wear that I put over in my head to kind of protect myself or seal my scalp. I seal my scalp. That's exactly what he's doing. Also, Sadhguru mentioned that the reason why he doesn't cut a beard is because, well, someone asked him often, or this lady asked him, like, hey, why do you not cut a beard? And Sadhguru joked around and said, hey, all men have beards, but some men chose to cut it off. Or he said, did you know that men have beards? I'm just a man. And the lady's like, no, but some people. So he's like, yeah. So that's just some of the videos that I've watched. So he said that when you become more sensitive and more aware to life and more perceptive, and he gives an analogy of like driving on the F1 track. If you're driving on the F1 track and you have a simple machine and you try to push it to this absolute limit, it's probably going to break apart. You're going to break it. But if you're driving on the F1 track, you need the most sophisticated machine, like the F1, the Formula car. And that car needs to be perfectly calibrated. Everything needs to be absolutely perfect in order for it to fly, basically. Essentially, it's flying. And there's a bat literally flew over top of me. So even just 1 degree difference in the spoiler is a little kind of plate that's in the back, that's kind of, it's like a little back wing. Even if a 1 degree, someone like pushes it to the right side a little bit more, at that high speed, when you're going that fast, that's gonna make a drastic difference. That's gonna skew your car from one side to the other. So they have literally spent millions of dollars into perfectly designing this car. And the athlete inside of the car, he's an athlete, okay? Because he needs to shed all of the weight that he can, all the excess weight, so he's the lightest he can be, so that the car can be a little bit faster, just a little bit faster. and they design the chairs in a perfect way. They mold the person's body to the chair. So the chair isn't designed some regular chair, here is a regular car chair, you're gonna sit in that. No. They sit and their body gets molded so that when they're driving, there's no excess space. And it's very light material and things like that. And also the wheels, the quality of the wheels, and they get the wheels interchanged every once in a while, because when you're going that fast, simply the smallest amount of traction on the wheels as it gets burnt off, it matters. It makes the travel faster. If you're going from work, here to there and there to here, 20-minute drive, it doesn't matter. You can drive a little Lada or a little Beagle from the 1960s. No problem, okay? Maybe you'll be concerned about the gas that it consumes, but hey, whatever. You're getting money, you're going to pay for that. But if you think you're going to be driving, on the F1 track and competing for multi-million-dollar deals or multi-million-dollar championships, and you're going to drive your little old Beagle, you're going to get crushed. You're going to be last place literally always. So it's just like this, The little F1 Formula car is insignificant. It's so insignificant for this compared to this being, compared to my body. It's like it can't even be compared to my pinky finger. It's like maybe the little dust that sits on top of my nail right here, my pinky nail. That's the F1 track versus compared to the complexity of my being. Because I can create an F1 track. If I had all the little formulas and the right scientists and engineers, hey, let's go guys, let's create this. And we can create it in a year, it's no problem. But hey, let's go create another human being. That's funny, okay? Another million years, maybe we'll start figuring it out a little bit. So, because of this technology, because the sheer complexity of the human body, it's so complex, it's so advanced. That's the right word for it. It's advanced, it's not complex. It's so advanced, and the availability that you have in this body is so great that the tiniest things matter when you start reaching or playing at the highest levels of life, when you're playing at the highest game of life. Which means, shaving off my beard is not ideal for me. In fact, that would be very detrimental. It's like people are commenting saying, when are you going to shave it? They're just delusional people, okay? They're just delusional beings. I'm sorry, okay? You're living this regular life and people have taught you, oh, you have to shave your beard. Why? I don't know why. Literally, you don't know why, okay? You're just getting a little irky feeling because I'm standing out. I'm not like the rest of you. And you're getting a little bit of an irky feeling like, oh, this guy needs to shave his beard. I'm uncomfortable because of this. Too bad, okay? I'm sorry for living my life the way that I want to live. So it's like, imagine if I shaved my beard, the difference would be like me taking off the spoiler of an F1 car. So imagine if the spoiler was taken off. Again, the spoiler is the back wing that makes the car more aerodynamic and makes the car literally fly faster. When I say fly, I know it's not flying, it's driving. I mean, it's on the ground, on concrete. But it's literally flying, okay? It's flying. It's flying on land, it's that fast. And just, one little bump, poof, it'll literally go flying. So it's barely touching the ground. It's literally flying on land. So if you were to take off the spoiler, there would be huge, dramatic consequences. You would not be able to compete in the F1 race. You simply wouldn't. Imagine, okay, the next F1 race that they're going to hold in whatever country they're holding, Switzerland or something. And one of the F1 drivers says, hey, I'm going to remove the spoiler. Let's see how I do. All the people that are betting on him, they'll withdraw their funds right away. Why? There's nothing there. There's no value there, meaning that they would know with 100% certainty he would lose. Unless some great miracle that all the other 10 cars crashed, this guy would lose. Why? The significant disadvantage that you're putting yourself without a spoiler is tremendous. It's like you would go probably 10 miles slower. 10 miles at that speed and with experts that are driving these cars, it's huge. This is just numbers. I'm guessing here. I don't really know what the numbers were, but probably for sure you would lose. Similarly, just like this, okay? I have a beard, and you literally cannot compete with me in this game of life if you don't have a beard. I'm sorry, okay? You're not a man. You're not a man if you don't have a beard. Did you know that? Yeah, because women don't have beards, and they're not men. So either you must be a woman, or something's wrong with you, you're some deathly ill, or you're mentally, insane, you're scratching yourself, or what else? Or you're so confused in life that people just tell you what to do and you do it. That's it. That's you, okay? Sorry, okay? Or you're scared to lose your job because, oh, I wanna be friendly to the nice little slaves that are also working here. I have to look as less intimidating as possible, okay? I look intimidating. Yes, okay, sorry, but yes, I do. And I want to be intimidating, okay? Good. I want to look like a wild jungle beast here. And that's part of the reason why I'm recording these videos in the forest here. If I were to record this in my hostel, it's just like, there's no value there, it's not fun. It's like everything is dead. It's stale, stagnant energy. Plywood and concrete, it's like there's no life there, okay? There's no engagement, there's no value. This is why I come all the way here. I walk 2 kilometers just to record this video right here. So you're not a man if you don't have a beard, okay? If you're driving alongside with me in the game of life, 100% certainty, and I would win in everything that it relates to having a beard, you know, having facial hair. Sorry, I'm just better than you, okay? And this is all to say that, you know, I recently reached out to my friend, and he's, you know, an Indian guy. I should say he's from Mahabharat. And he has a very long beard. Although he's trimming it, he's also doing some funny things, manipulating himself in some funny ways. Okay, Varun, if you're watching me, shout out to you. And so even though he's doing these funny things, he still has a longer beard. His body is more kind of masculine, and he has more testosterone. Obviously, that's a display of testosterone, and he has the genetics to grow a really full-fledged long beard. And at first, I was maybe kind of jealous, like, I was kind of starting to compete with him. And I'm thinking, oh man, this guy's a longer beard than me. Obviously, he's better than me. That's natural. That's just very obvious, okay? Why? Because it's very simple, you know? So that's just unfortunate and sad to say that this is just the reality. But still, you know, I'm perfecting, I'm mastering my life, and I'll be okay. I don't want to compete with any human being. Competition is wrong. I know it. I know it now, actually, just as me. I'm figuring out right now, literally right now. So competing with other human beings is totally wrong. It's completely wrong. It's so stupid. But that's a video for another topic. Topic for another video. So I'm not. So I saw this man has the potential of growing a longer beard than me, and it's like he has a more efficient spoiler than me when we're driving the F1 car. Okay, if we're competing in the race, definitely he'll beat me. Okay, if you were to look at both me and him standing next to each other, and him having this a long, thick, furry, masculine beard, and me having, well, I don't really have the opposite of that, but you know, I don't have my genetics for beard length and growth is not as advanced as some people here, some men here. So obviously there'd be a distinct difference. Okay, sorry, there just is. So Shambho. It's just like, you know, women that have large breasts, ideally they're different from women that have small breasts, because women that have large breasts are capable and will help you to bring the child up in life much better, much easier. And actually, the act of reproduction, it also makes a woman's breast size larger. So nature kind of favors you in that way. So it's just like this, you know, having a long beard is definitely helpful and more advantageous to you. So it's very, very strong and very, very good to have a beard. And of course, if you're not a manly man if you don't have a beard, naturally, right? Because you're afraid, you're scared, you're this or that, you're confused, you're socially conditioned, and that's just so unfortunate and so sad that you can't grow a beard. Even if you can't grow a beard, you know, you have like little stubble or whatever, or like you don't have the genetics to do it, I would suggest that you watch this movie Kill Bill. And in that, there's a wise master with a very long white hair, and also just like you know, it's like it has an Asian beard, or you know, he's an Asian man, and so he just has a, you know, just very thin beard. That's what I should say. And he looks much more impressive than even I do. Why? Because sheer the length of his beard, and he just let himself go. That's what a wise master does. Okay, he just lets himself go. I have let myself go. And it's not really clear or obvious yet to you, but in about 2 years' time, it'll be very obvious. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to shave my beard. I'm not going to trim my beard. I'm not going to trim my hair, cut my hair, do nothing. I'm going to let myself go and be a furry wild animal here. So this is why Sadhguru wears a turban. Okay, I just went off topic here talking about the beard. So Sadhguru wears a turban again to, it's a spiritual, a scientific technology of putting something on your head when you're talking or when you're doing any kind of mental activity, and it makes you smarter, just a little bit smarter. It's like in the F1 track, you're kind of like maybe you've made your windshield a little bit more aerodynamic. That's what having a hat does. And also he has a long beard, and that's the reason why I stopped cutting my beard, simply because of Sadhguru. Because after the pandemic, or during the pandemic, I saw that I was just looking at his videos, and I'm seeing him. I just saw him for the first time, like, oh my god, he has a long beard. Why does he have that? Why is he not shaving? And that kind of irks me, because everyone else is following along with the rules and everyone else is shaving, but I'm seeing him and he's not shaving. I'm like, why is this? Why is this the case? Why is he not doing this? Why is he doing this? Why does he have a long beard? And then I started to get it. I'm like, yeah, I want to be like him. So naturally, I'm going to stop shaving. And as I stop shaving, oh, there we go. There's a significant advantage to this. Okay, I'm much more manly than you, much more higher testosterone than you, I'm much more powerful than you, much more stronger than you, much more intimidating than you, I'm much more dominant than you, I'm much more stronger everything than you. Okay, there's no comparison. You know, at least as it comes to my own kind of manhood. There's no changing you, because if you have a little small, little shaving, little clean facing beard, and we talk to another person, it's very obvious who's the more dominant male. It's me.